Hi guys. So for my discussion, I will be talking about three specific evaluation methods that I will be incorporating into my scenario. So just to recap, my scenario is the Leadership Development Program. Because leadership is something that is more on the qualitative scale, not necessarily quantitative, it's somewhat more difficult to measure in the sense that you can't use numerical values. So, for example, MBO objectives, those are very clearly defined. They use perhaps a lot of stats. That's something that, for my scenario, I won't necessarily be incorporating as much. However, I do want to utilize it as far as giving clear goals, clear objectives, so that my team can understand, okay, this is our plan, this is where we're going, and this is how we're going to get there. And the next evaluation point that I'll be incorporating in my scenario is the idea of rating scale, which ties into the 360 feedback. Since my team will consist of managers and supervisors, and I want to use one of the solutions discussed in one of our textbooks, storytelling, I feel that conveys a lot of experts weighing in on the same subject, bringing in their own experiences. It adds credibility. They feel their voices are valued. So if that is brought on a peer-reviewed kind of 360 scale, that will enable the team to feel more connected and relate with one another, even though they're also evaluating each other. So rating scale is very the second one that I want to use. Finally, in one of our readings, we discussed the importance of behavioral checklists. Now, the reason why I pinpointed this is because, again, leadership abilities, they're not quantitative. So kind of getting an idea of, okay, these are the goals and the objectives of the type of leader that I want to establish my managerial team into, you're able to weigh, okay, am I lining up with what I actually am and what I ought to be, my ideal self? Also, in my previous solutions, I discussed 5 main points that I want to hit and hone in with this leadership program. Some of them being overall leadership abilities, communication, organizational skills, health and safety protocol, knowledge of the manufacturing realm. So those are ideas of behavioral checklists and overall capabilities and capacities that the managerial team will be able to see. Okay, yes, I have reached the how would I say? I have attained knowledge and I am proficient and sufficient in this area. And so they can kind of create that checklist, which will also tie back into the 360. Their peers will be able to confirm or deny or add light on where they could develop themselves and flourish even more so. And finally, I'll also be touching on the Kirkpatrick model. In our discussion post, when the prompt discussed the need to measure evaluation on a frequent basis. For my program, my deadlines, I want to have a meeting once a week. So at the end of each day, we'll just recap what we learned. And during, let's say, the second week, we'll touch base on, okay, what do you remember from last week? And we'll just make it accumulative from that. So the knowledge will be built upon and we won't lose any information that we learned in the beginning. Sometimes I feel that can happen, even in my own personal academic experience. You don't necessarily remember what you learned in the beginning or the middle, and the most recent content is the most concrete. So yes, that's my developmental plan, and I look forward to all of your thoughts and reading your guys' discussion posts or watching your videos as well. Thank you.